Wait. Wait. Hold on, I'm watching the VTRP. I'm watching the, like, VTuber GTA 5 RP with Battle. I've been watching it for the past week and it's been really funny. Battle's currently trying to shoot someone on an island. They're using muskets. I feel like that's... I just feel like that's not the move. Alright, it's hard for me to, like, pull away from this, but I will at least mute it. Gavis Battle. Gavin Battle. I think I'm too close to the mic, so let me... I unfortunately did not do my... sorry if you heard that, that was me adjusting my mic. I didn't do my vocal exercises today, because I was just locked in on watching VTRP. So, how you guys doing? GTA RP is nuts. I watched so much during the Panera. Oh! Yeah, I'm watching... I'll actually link you guys the one that I'm watching right now. They're actually like on the final day. I think the RP is gonna continue after today, but this is like the end of like their main storyline. It's just been really funny because it's just a bunch of like VTubers doing the RP. It's just been so funny. Especially Battle's like POV. Like, I don't know how, but he just always gets into shenanigans. And he's also just really good at like RPing and like using his toggles and stuff. I just heard my voice crack. I really need to do my warm-ups. I didn't do my warm-ups. Give me a second. Okay, I wasn't doing my warm-ups. I was just moving aside some plates. But let's scroll back and see who we got here. Ghosty, hello, hello. Before we even started stream, I wonder where teacher is. I hope she's doing her vocal exercises. I was not. I was watching VTRP. Of course, we got Saribot, a rock. Ghosty, you got your sticker, same with Harpsichord Enjoyer. I'm not allowed to die? I will not. I will not. I am merely dying of laughter. It's different. It's different. Folk, you got your sticker. Sutton Bodhi, hello. Mega Bronson, you are definitely first. In my soul, not in the chat, but like, you got your sticker though. Time for class! Eats my homework! Hello, beeplebees. You got your sticker. Matthew, hello. Wah. Gavin Bitul. Yeah, he's really good at improv. He's just... And also, welcome back, Ghosty. Welcome back. Babinka was not a modern major general. Exactly. I wasn't. I'm not, because I am actually the very model of a modern major general. I am the very model of a modern major general. I am information attributable, animal, and mineral. Besides, Binka, you can't die before the book comes out! Yes! Oh my gosh. That's right. That's right. I forgot that you DM'd me yesterday. I'll talk about it too, but I was away at a party last night. I was partying it up. Yeah, I'm definitely a party bear. Nah, not really. It was one of those like Friendsmas shindigs. It was nice though. I watched the Muppet Christmas Carol movie for the first time. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. I'll talk about it more though when we actually like get into class. See, yeah, beeplebees, you are first. You are definitely first. At least in my soul. After Mega Bronson and then after Beans, because Beans is the first in my heart. But also like among the first in my soul. But you guys can call dibs on after though. Afterwards, proceed. Seishun, hello! Hello, hello. Oh no, you can't redeem it when we're not in the classroom, no! No! Okay, wait, let me see if I can just activate it. I should like limit the redeems. If there's a way for me to limit the redeems according to like where the scene is, because that one doesn't activate unless it's here in the classroom. Let me activate it with SAMMI bot real quick. Where's my SAMMI window?
Ooh,
I just love sulfuric acid. There's that. And then here's the one that Matthew was trying to activate. hate rich people. We can all be first. It's true. It's true. Okay, let's see. Goji loves the Muppet movies. I feel like I haven't watched too many like Muppet things, oh wait. First of all, let's put on some music. Let's put on some music. Let's listen to Paida. I've been listening to her a lot lately. So I actually feel like I haven't watched a lot of Muppet stuff in general. Other than, do you guys remember there was a cartoon with like Muppet babies? Yeah, did any of you guys like watch that one? I remember I watched that one a lot when I was a kiddo. The Muppet babies. And then yesterday I went to like a friend group party. It was like a, yeah, it was like a kind of like a Friendsgiving type thing, but it was mostly with like my coworkers basically, and it was at like my coworker's place, and it was fun because everyone is like kind of a nerd there. Because we all, you know, we all work in education and we all have like a certain hyperfixation, whether it be like history, linguistics, and everyone was like kind of nerdy, and it was kind of fun because we were all just like riffing off each other. It was really good. But then there was also like such a good mix of different foods as well, because like my one of my coworkers, she was making like mulled wine. It was really good. We can all be first? Exactly. Oh, Babinka, yes. Wow, I also hate rich people. Hashtag relatable. All Babinkums are first in teacher's heart. I'm sure, yeah, totally. Yeah, Muppet Babies! Muppet Babies, along with Richard Scarry's World. Yes, the something world of Richard Scarry. I love that guy's art. I follow like an Instagram account that's just like Richard Scarry's like artwork, and with a name like Richard Scarry, you'd think he made like horror stuff, but no, he makes like the cutest, like he does. Let me show you. If you guys have ever seen, let me see if I could draw this from memory. How you draw an apple? That looks more like a tooth, but you know. So imagine like an apple. Imagine, if you will, an apple. Envision it in your head. Surely everyone can can imagine the apple in their head, right? None of you are seeing just a void? Because you must avoid the noid. For those who aren't familiar with Richard Scarry, he did artwork like this, where it's like a little car. It's an apple, and on the inside it's a little worm who I would love because he is a worm. He has a little hat. And then like when he's out of the car, this is what the worm looks like. He's a happy guy. He has like a hat. I think the hat has like a feather. I actually don't remember. And he's wearing like a singular shoe. He has like a little outfit, but like he's wearing like a singular shoe. Cause he's a worm, you see. That is like the whimsical world of Richard Scarry. Mold wine? No, mold, like M-U-L-L-E-D. Mold wine. My aphantasia. Tooth apple. Oh my god, TMA reference. Richard Scarry is so good. I love his artwork and that of Edward Gorey. Oh, which one's Edward Gorey? It's funny that these like whimsical artists have names like Richard Scarry and Edward Gorey, you know? Edward Gorey. Wait, this is also very whimsical. I love this. It's very cool. It's almost like woodcuts and stuff. That worm makes me unreasonably happy, right? Alexa, play Dr. Worm by They Are Giants. They might be giants. Edward Gorey wasn't whimsical. The style that I'm seeing right now, it reminds me of like the Addams Family. It has a little bit of whimsy. Just a little bit. Oh, it's a jigsaw puzzle. Oh, okay. Always throws me off that American McGee's first name is American. I love the Alice in Wonderland game that was him, right? Wasn't it him that made American McGee's Alice in Wonderland? I remember I really liked that game, and I was actually thinking of potentially playing it on stream. I played it before. Well, he made like, or there's 2 Alice in Wonderland games from that universe, right? One of them was like, it's kind of hard to get. Like I remember I had to like go to like a really obscure torrenting site back in like the 2010s to get it legally. Get it totally legally. But then the other one is like a little bit more easy to get, and that the second one is like funner in my opinion. But they both have this like for those who don't know, like American McGee's Alice, it's like a horror action adventure but based on like Alice in Wonderland. So it's a very specific aesthetic, right? Yeah, Alice and Alice Returns. Yeah, I remember liking Alice Returns a lot. He did an animated intro for BBC version of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, cool. It's early 2000s core. So Binka core, it is. I have been thinking of playing it. Because I was looking over, like, I already got started on my, I'm planning a, like, Bink in review, or maybe, like, a Binka Bear Wrapped, you know? Like, your Spotify Wrapped. I'm already, like, I'm actually almost done with it. But I did it last year, actually. I did it last year, and I went over, like, every stream, or not every stream, every kind of video game I played. Excuse me. All my different outfits that I had made, all the different, like, changes to stream that I made in that past year. And just looking back at, like, 2024, I did a lot. Looking back at 2025, I also did a lot. Just not as much as 2024. So part of me is like, ah, man, I really, like, not slacked off, but I wasn't really like that locked in this year. So I feel like that's another reason why I'm like, oh, next year, 2026, I gotta like actually lock in. Let me see. Oh, cool. Thank you, Ghosty. I also, yeah, I saw your DM yesterday, but I think I was like in the midst of the party times. I will respond after though. But exciting. But yeah, so that party was fun. Like I said, like a lot of because I met new people there too. I met new people from that party, but it was like all of us were some kind of professional in like the education world, and all of us had some kind of like hyperfixation, and one of them was like really into like ancient Greek and Roman culture. Another person was like really into, I'm trying to think of like the other ones, like I guess like I was just kind of focusing on like the more like Greek and Roman aspects, but I don't know, it was just like everyone was kind of nerdy in their own way. It was fun. I was looking for Edward Gorey. Is teacher gonna play the Alice games? I want to. I actually have played it before, but I think it's been long enough that I could play it again and it'll feel like it's fresh. There's actually a lot of games that I want to show you guys, but the thing is, like, I've already played them before. So, yeah, time to celebrate. There's quite a few games that I played before that I just want to show you guys, and a part of me is like, I feel like it's been long enough that I could play it and it'll still kind of feel fresh. Like, I'll still have, like, vague, like, oh, I kind of remember that this thing happens, but I feel like it would still make for, like, a good like stream experience that's not just like, oh, she already knows like every little secret thing in this game, this isn't gonna be fun. But then again, I have also seen like the example I'm thinking of, like I've seen streamers who like are playing a game that they are intimately familiar with, but it's really good because they're intimately familiar with it and they can kind of like see all the twists and turns. I'm thinking of course of like Vesper playing Zomboid, you know. But anyway, I do feel my voice is like starting out a little bit croaky, so I think I'm actually going to pause a little bit so that I can do my warm-ups. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna mute for it, but one thing that you guys can do is for today, we're gonna be continuing our exploration of like Digimon, like designs, you know, and today we're gonna be focusing on like the rookie level. So if you guys have a rookie level Digimon that you want me to try to draw, feel free while I'm doing my vocal exercises, you guys can put it in the chat. Otherwise, you guys can also play with each other, you know, with your stream avatars. Here, let me help you guys out. Let me type it in. Voice dying, stream ending. Sorry, no, I gotta do my warm-ups. Here, commands. Here, you guys can... Wait, I misspelled commands. There you go. Okay. While you guys play with each other, I'm gonna do my vocal exercises. Wait, you guys can't hear me, right? Oh, you can hear the video I'm using. Okay. Okay, I did my vocal warm-ups. I'm ready. I'm ready. Do you guys like my doodle? I was also watching the VTRP while I was doing it as well, so fun times. I do feel a little bit better now that I have done my vocal warm-up. So, yeah, the aim for today. By the way, did I even do my intro? Hello, everyone. Hello, it's me, Babinka Bear, la criatura. It's me, Babinka Bear, la criatura. Oh my god, I was about to do my old one. My name is Babinka Bear. I'm your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. Today's stream is we're gonna be focusing on Digimon designs. Let me delete these layers. That's you guys. So far we've focused on like, you know, the little heads, the little fresh Digimon, especially the one that's seen some things. Then the next step up is in training. Some of them have grown limbs. Awesome possum. No, I don't think bottom text. So the next thing that we're going to be focusing on for today is rookies. Oh yeah, last time we also did like our own like OCs. These are my pre-evolutions, if you will. Bibmon and Binkymon, right? I just love Binkymon with the kicks, right? So who knows, if we have time at the end and if I have the energy for it, we'll also make like a rookie version of Binka or a rookie Digimon of our own creation. I do have like an idea of what to do. It wouldn't be related to me, Babinka Bear, at all, but it would be an idea that I've been fascinated with. You're Babinka Bear. I thought you'd be taller, huh? I'm just a little sun bear. Sun bears are very short, you see. When have you ever seen a tall sun bear? No, the ceiling. The ceiling. There we go. Rookie Babinkub. On the topic of Digimon, have you caught up with Beat Break? I haven't. I actually haven't. Like I said, yesterday was pretty busy for me. So like the Christmas party was fun. I have another like Christmas party this Wednesday. And then like actual Christmas is next week. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just got a ping. I forgot to put my Discord on streamer mode. Oh, okay. I know what the ping was for. But let me put my thing on streamer mode. Where is it? Streamer mode. There we go. Yeah, we can make like a rookie version of like a Babinkub. I had like another idea, which is going into like my latest, you know, hyperfixation, or rather like childhood revival hyperfixation. But with that, let's draw some rookie Digimon first. Last time, okay, I feel like the amount of Digimon we're gonna be able to draw like reduces with each level, because look, with these guys, because they're all just heads, I was able to draw 6 of them. In training, we were only able to draw 5. So by that metric, maybe we'll only draw like 4 rookies or 3 or something like that. Damn, Big, I can't believe you haven't put your life on hold to watch a Digimon. I am a fake fan. I'm a fake fan. I also haven't played much TCG lately. I've been wanting to, but I don't know. I'm at like a weird spot where I'm finding myself wanting to do a lot of things because we're so close to Christmas break, or sorry, winter holiday break. That like I keep thinking of like, okay, once I'm done with work for this week, I essentially have like not technically the next 2 weeks off, but there's not going to be much I need to do for work within the next 2 weeks and into the new year. So yeah, I've just been like thinking of like, oh, with all that free time, what am I going to do, right? And I've been thinking of a lot of things like, oh, I should sign up for like an online class on something that I've been meaning to learn more about but just haven't yet. Like I've been a Krampus break. Yeah. I've been like, ooh, maybe I want to take like an online course on like how to video edit. I was thinking of that. If I want to, because I did have this like idea for like edited content next year, and wherein I like go back over some of like the retro edutainment games that I've played, and then like make a video essay on like how good are these games as like, you know, learning material, especially for like Gen Alpha and the incoming like Gen Beta, you know. So I don't know, I've been thinking about it, but with that, I feel the thing is I don't teach early childhood, I teach middle schoolers. So like, and I feel like a lot of those edutainment games are more so geared towards like early childhood, because it teaches you stuff like basic math and like how to spell things and how to pronounce things and how to sound out your words. And the thing is, like, that's not what I usually teach, so I feel like I'm gonna need like a reviewer. I need to take, I was thinking like maybe I should take like an online class on like, you know, what are the milestones of early childhood, you know, like, oh, this is like the best, like, you know, play putt putt so that, you know, your 5-year-old can learn how to say words, you know. So I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it, but to spoil also like another thing that I've been thinking of like studying more on, I'm back in my I'm back in my dinosaur era. I know earlier this year I was back in my Digimon era. I'm still in it. I'm never gonna leave it. But now like the next hyperfixation is like, oh, I'm back, like getting back into dinosaurs and stuff. So like part of me is like, oh man, should I like take an online paleontology class? You know? Not necessarily to like be out in the field and dig up dino bones, but like, you know, just like learn more about like everyone knows like, you know, T-Rex, Triceratops. But like if you were to ask me like any certain details about them, I'd just be like, yeah, I think they're fat. Like I think they're supposed to be fat. I think you're not supposed to like shrink wrap their designs. Actually, can I draw a T-Rex from memory? Maybe we'll draw agumon. You know, because a problem in like paleontology is like, because you just have like the bones, you know, they tend to like, I don't know if this is how you draw a T-Rex with the little arms. Soria. Okay, I was trying to draw a brow bone. I ended up just making it look very like concerned. But yeah, a paleo accurate way to draw a T-Rex would be to make it fat. Make it just a little bit fatter, you know? Digimon era is just edgy dino era. That's true. Give T-Rex chunk, no more skeletal dinos. Exactly. I could draw Tyranno. Or you know what? When we get into like drawing champion Digimon, maybe I should get into drawing Tyrannomon. But something that, okay, I'm just gonna spoil what I had in mind in terms of like drawing my own like OC rookie Digimon. It wouldn't be a continuation of the Bibinka line. It would be Agumon with feathers. Because I just feel like we should have more Dino Digimon that have feathers. Because I think the closest we have is like Teromon, like Ptero Teromon, the main protagonist Digimon of Liberator, right? That's the closest that we have. Other than that, I think there's also like, isn't there also another Digimon, Allosaurmon or Allomon? But it's like an armor Digivolution. And it has feathers, but by virtue of the fact that it has like vaguely indigenous looking clothing, you know? Gamamon. Does Gamamon have feathers at all? Because he's like kind of Triceratops. He's like Ceratopsian, right? Actually, you know what? Let's let me erase. Yo, epically modest. Yo, we're gonna be drawing Digimon soon, so great timing. How you doing? Oh my gosh. Glad to see you, buddy. What were you doing? You were streaming retro. What were you playing? I'm curious. We were just talking about like we're gonna be drawing some Digimon right now. But I was just talking about like how we need more like dinosaur Digimon with like feathers, you know? We need some more feathered dinosaur representation in Digimon. Because I think all we have right now is like Teromon, right? Scientifically accurate Agumon, because we need more Agumon variants. That's the joke I put in my stream title, because it's like, oh, there's only, you know, like 18 Agumons, why not a 19th, you know? He has no feathers. Yeah, I don't think Gamamon has feathers, and I don't think any of his evolutions have feathers either, right? Yeah, Alomon is questionable, because yeah, it's one of those, like, he was definitely made during a time. Isaac and 007 from the GameCube. Yo, nice. Going through every GameCube game on GameCube. Nice! Yo. I never, like, grew up playing GameCube at all. I stopped at, like, N64 because I didn't have the money for GameCube. But But like there's so many games I would have wanted to play, like all of the like Zelda games. Is the 007 one, is that like a remaster, like a redo of like the one for N64, or is it just ported onto the GameCube? And when you say Isaac, is it oh, what's that one game? Binding of Isaac? Is it that one? If you have to raid and run, by the way, no worries at all. Same with the folks that came with you. No worries at all if you have to raid and run. But if you want to stay behind, yeah, we're gonna be drawing some Digimon right now. But let me make a list right now. So let's do Agumon. Oh, too thicky. We have to do Agumon. We just have to. And then who else? If we want to go down the route of like dinosaur Digimon, we could just do this. We could just do Teromon, Gamamon, right? We could just do that. But if we want to explore like a little bit of like, because there's a lot of diversity with just Digimon designs in general, but like with rookies, because rookies are meant to be kind of like almost the default state in a lot of cases, especially if they're like a partner Digimon. I feel like it's only like, well, that's not true. I was gonna say like it's only lately with Liberator that you see like non-rookie partners, but that's not true. I feel like Gatomon is like the prime example, right? Like she's usually in her champion form. Trying to think. They're like, oh, 4 new 007 games. And yes, Binding of Isaac, my addiction. Nice. Feathered Agumon would make such a good Tyrannomon preview. Yeah. Feathered Agumon and Shrink Wrap Teromon. Wait, I'm kind of down for that. Feathered. Shrink Wrap. Poor guy. Wait, what are we listening to right now? Oh, it's still Paida, but it's like a collab. Interesting. I need let's do 2 more, or 1 more actually. Let's do 1 more like rookie Digimon. Let me see, rookie Digimon. Let's actually look at them together. Let's see what examples we have of rookie Digimon. Are you guys ready for 18 Agumon variants? Let's go through it. Rurimon. Oh, Gekkomon. You gotta have the first one. Agumon. Agumon Hakase, the professor. Argomon. Arcadimon. Armadillomon. He's so cute. Alraumon, not to be confused with Palmon. Let's see. Could look into Rurimon, Gekkomon. Takomons, hello. Takomans, hello. The new Elizamon is a reptile Digimon. Oh yeah, Elizamon. That's a cute one. Agumon caught in a glue trap? I would never. Gotta add. Oh yeah, fake Agumon expert. The one with like the... He's purple. But he also has like the little like graduation cap. Right? Almontas. Hello. Takomon, hello. Welcome. I'm Babinka Bear, your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. Look at Veramon! Kumamon. We could do that if we want to like continue the Babinkamon line, right? Betamon. It's funny that like if you go from like, what is it? Greek alphabet, where you have like Alpha and Omegamon are these like 2 overpowered Royal Knight, freaking like Mega Digimon, and then Betamon. He's just there. Have you guys seen the new Betamon X by any chance? He looks pretty sick. Piomon. Black Agumon, there's another variant. Black Guillaumon, a Guillaumon variant. Bokomon. Because of his dub voice, I kind of assume that he's in a like champion level, but no, it does actually make sense that he's a rookie level. Burgermon. I love Burgermon. Candlemon. Chumon, my buddy Chumon. I second glue trap. Agumon, Almondmon. Betamon is the strongest of them. There is a new Betamon X. There's a new Betamon X. Let me look it up. I think was it art for one of the new like TCG? I feel like it's like a new TCG art. Betamon X. Here you go. This is what he looks like. He looks more like an in-training Digimon like this, because he looks more like, you know, a disembodied head. But he has the cool, you know, like, the whole thing with X antibodies, you gotta just make them cooler, right? You gotta make them more edgy. Look at Pyontomon? Let's look at Pyontomon. I do, okay, out of all the Agumon variants though, I do love Toy Agumon and all of those variants too, like Clear Agumon. Commandramon? Technically it's not an Agumon variant, but like, look at him. Okay, any second now. There we go. Look at him. Technically it's not, but come on. Oh, the Betamon X is old? I thought it was new. I thought it was, they revealed it with like one of the new TCG things. Demi-Devimon. Dokunemon, not to be confused with Kunemon. Dorumon. Dracmon. Dracomon. Ebby Burgermon. Ebby means shrimp, so that means this is like a shrimp burger. Elecmon. One thing that I like about Elecmon's design is how his little, like, the purple markings here make it look like he has, like, bangs, you know? Isn't that cute? Falcomon. Falcomon has, like, two different designs, right? Like, one from Data Squad and one that's, like, not Data Squad. Fanbeemon, Funbeemon. Floramon. Gabumon, who is a lizard. Burgermon and Ebby Burgermon. My beloveds, they're so cute. I love them. I feel like we went from like fresh and in-training Digimon who are like more so very cutesy, even like the villainous looking ones, to like this is where we get into the like, you know, the difference between Pokemon and Digimon is that Digimon goes more for the cool factor than the cute factor. This is where you start to see that, I feel. Some of them are still very cute, but some of them you are starting to get more into like the kind of like cool / almost edgy designs. Gizmon. Like a purple version and a green version. Goblimon or Goburimon. Gomamon, my boy! My baby boy. Gotsumon, who looks exactly like some of his Digivolution forms. Like what, Meteormon? And Icemon? Gyomon? Hackmon, not to be confused with Huckmon. Wait, that can't be it. This is probably like a part. Oh yeah, look, it's divided into multiple pages. This is H and N. There's just that many rookies. Hagurumon, not to be confused with Solarmon. Hawkmon, Huckmon, Impmon, Kamemon, who like if you play Time Stranger, you know that he never shuts up. Keramon, who also like his design is very charming to me. I might actually do Keramon. Koemon Monmon, I love his face. Ko Kabuterimon, who like this looks like it's a very common writer, right? Gizmon, one of these things is not like the others, right? Kokuamon, who's also like pretty cool in the Time Stranger game. Kotemon. Kudamon, he looks so cool. Kunemon, not to be confused with Kokunemon, or no, Dokunemon. Labramon also has like a really cute design. I like the tail. I think the tail is like one of the charm points. Lalamon. Leormon. I like the crossed out Leolmon. I think in the TCG, isn't it translated as Leol? I actually forgot. You guys might need to correct me. There's a Caramon X? Okay, I gotta check this out. Caramon X. That's insane. That looks interesting. We're gonna go back over here. Monmon is such a good name. Yeah. Yeah, I think the design is very interesting on Caramon X, but I can't help but make some comparisons. Anyway, here's Lopmon, little chocolate bunny. Lucemon, who has like, I don't know, like probably one of the most interesting like rookie designs, because whenever they show like an anthropomorphic Digimon, they always either hide part of the face, right? They always either hide the eyes or they hide the mouth. But the whole Lucimon line is like, nope, we're just gonna show the whole face. That's just a guy. That's just a dude. I love it so much. It's like the splitting of cells in a duplicating virus. Oh, that's a good way to think of it. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, because look at the, like, you see all the little, like, faces, right? The little eyes. Ah, okay. Lunamon, because I played Digimon Dusk back in the day, which I have been thinking of, like, resuming, by the way. I have a special attachment to Lunamon. Modoki Betamon, who looks like, it's one thing to have like a palette swap that has a completely different color, like Dokunemon and Kunemon, because that's just like yellow and green, right? But Modoki Betamon is like hilariously similar to Betamon. It's just like a slightly lighter version of green. Diaboromon X. Let's take a look. Diaboromon X. What is he? Oh my gosh. I can't even like parse out what's happening here. That's intense. It's like kind of pixelated, but it reminds me of like samurai, or not samurai, kabuki theater? Like the kind of like hair and masks that they would have for it. Modoki Betamon is literally just slightly hue shifted. That's so funny to me, right? He's just like the slightest of like hue shifts. That's so funny. Monodromon. I remember in Digimon Tamers where like Cyberdramon becomes Monodromon for the first time and he's just like a precocious little guy. He goes from like, the bloodlust, I have to fight and defeat all these Digimon, and then he like becomes this and he's just like a child. He's just like, what does this button do? What they're like in a car. They're in a car with like Ryo's dad, who he hasn't seen in like years, I think, or something like that. And Monodromon's just like playing with the radio as they're having this like intense like family moment. He's like, what does this button do? And the dad even gets mad at him. He's like, stop touching everything. Muchomon, my guy. I love that the Digimon Liberator like webtoon, comic, manga, whatever you want to call it. I love that they gave him some love because his design is just so cute. Like, yeah, it's just a palette swap of Penguinmon, but like it's so adorable. I can't unsee Monodramon without it doing the punch. Wait, what? It's not. Oh, we're still listening to Paida. Mushroomon, look at that smile. I know this one's been in Beat Break, right? Oh, Nisei Agumon Hakase. That's the one that I think Takomons was talking about, right? Neimon, Otamamon, a little tadpole. What else? Oh, okay, that's it for this list. See, so what I'm saying is basically there's a lot of like diversity. There's a lot of like variation with like Digimon rookie designs, because this is where they're starting to like split off into like very unique lines. Palmon, not to be confused with Allrealmon. Patamon, not to be confused with Tsukaimon. Ponchesmon, not to be confused with Ponchesmon. Penguinmon, not to be confused with Muchomon. Puchimamimon. This is from like the comic, right? V-Tamer? I never actually read it, but this is one of those designs that I kind of dig, and I hope that it like, I don't know, makes a comeback in like a new anime, in like either Beat Break or like a newer game or newer anime or something like that. It'd just be cool. Maybe even DLC for Time Stranger. Phascomon! I love Phascomon. He's very Babinka coded. It's very U coded. Look at this. Look at him. Sleepy. Psychmon, not to be confused with Gabumon. Renamon. Renamon doesn't have a palette swap, right? Ryudomon, one of the X-Antibody Digimon. Salamon, a dog who becomes a cat. That dog in me, if you will. And I know you will. Shadow Toy Agumon. Shamamon, not to be confused with Goblimon. Sistermon Blanc. Snow Agumon, not to be confused with Agumon and Black Agumon and All the other Goblimons. Snow Goblimon, not to be confused with Goblimon. Solarmon, not to be confused with Hagurumon. Swimmon. I adore the design for Shakomon. I feel like this is one of those designs that just like, this is so Digimon, right? Like, there's just something about this that's so very Digimon. Like, I don't know whether it's like the fact that it's like the little like ears that look like Koromons or Tokomons, or just the fact that like when it closes its shell, it's almost like a completely different like design altogether. But it just works. I high-key, low-key love Shakomon so much. Tapermon, cuddly baby Taper. Tentomon. Terriermon, not to be confused with Lopmon. Shakomon and Survive hits different. I still haven't played Survive. That is one of the like main Digimon in that one, right? Toy Agumon, the goat. Tsukaimon. I think this one is also interesting just for like, in terms of like making a whole new like line, right? Vmon, Buimon, Wormmon. Oh, and that's it. What were the ones that you guys wanted me to look into? There was like Pyontomon is one, right? Pyontomon. Wait, this is so cute. Is this a jackalope? This is a jackalope, isn't it? It's a bunny with like the horns. Name used by Bandai and Digimon partners for romanization provided by Moff. Pyonto. One of the 5 Digimon creators part of the Digimon Adventure 20th Memorial Story Project, Moff purchased one of the 5 300,000 yen rewards. Creation of your original Digimon partner and presented as a doll, which had Kenji Watanabe visit Moff to create Moff's partner Digimon. Oh, cool. A rabbit crossed with a jackalope. Wait, crossed with a jackalope? That's already a rabbit. They don't have the 20th century winners. Yeah. You were telling me about this one. Who are the other winners? I'm so curious. I want to see the other ones. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Ikusedramon, Ganvivormon, Pyontomon, Rurimon, and Mademon. Let me see. This is sick! Oh my gosh. This is how you pronounce it. Ekustramon. Ekustramon. From Aqua Ice. Oh, I see. That's a sick design. I love that. And then Ganvivormon. Oh my gosh, it's a kitty cat inside of a pill. Gyochan's wife. Oh my god, the character for Cancer? And Gun? And Bye Bye? Wow. What a theme. Pyontomon, that's the one that you were telling me about. Rurim. Oh, that one's so cool. That kind of is like another Agumon variant, isn't it? Like, it kind of looks like it, but it has like the horns. That's really cool. And it's like a magic user. That's really cute. Maremon, oh, that's so cute. It's giving like Terriermon if he were a different breed, right? It's like royalty. Okay, let me narrow down our choices. Let's put that away. Shakomon. Because so far we have some Dino Digimon. And then we have Keromon, Labramon, Shakomon, Pyontomon, and Rurimon. Because we're already doing quite a few like dinosaur, like lizard reptile types, we'll put away Rurimon for now. Let's see. I'm thinking of narrowing it down to like just 2 more. So out of these, I kind of want to go with Keromon, Shakomon, and I think for now we won't do Pyontomon. We'll just focus on like kind of these 2. I like their eyes a lot. But that was cool. Thank you for mentioning those winners, those unique Digimon. It's pretty cool, Fugubi. But okay, so let me put this list here. We're gonna be doing Keromon, Or you know what? We're gonna break up the Dino Digimon. Here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do Agumon first. And then we're going to do Karamon. And how about this? We'll do Gamamon first. Gamamon after Karamon. Then Terramon. And then we'll do Shakomon. Okay, those are going to be our 5 Digimon that we're going to attempt to draw. And then if we have time, we'll make Agumon feathered and we'll make Terramon shrink wrapped. Fun fact, Gunvibramon was designed as a gift from the backer's wife who was in the hospital. Aww. That's not... That makes sense, you know, with like kind of like the medical theming around it, right? That makes sense. Okay, so let's bring out the big brush. And then we'll try first with Agumon. I need other angles of Agumon, not just the usual like frontal one that we keep seeing. We could go with like the classic, right? Like the classic Kenji Watanabe art. Soria, Soria, Soria. So, he's so veiny in this one. It's just so many veins. It's like very Kenji Watanabe. But let's do it. Soria, Soria. I'm also still have like a window open with VTRP, and what is happening? What is happening right now? Okay, let's draw, shall we? So, let's see, how do we break down Agumon's shape? See, he's kind of angular, and I'm not the best with drawing angular like designs. And then his snout also does like go up a little bit. He's almost like, I want to say crocodilian, but I also don't like draw crocodiles a lot. Which is funny, because when I was really into like Egyptian mythology and stuff, Sobek was my favorite guy. Women are my favorite guy. But no, Sobek was like one of my favorite like of the Egyptian gods. He still kind of is. And he's a crocodile. Agumon doesn't miss arm day, exactly. He has a pretty small body. He's a pretty small body in comparison to, like, say his arms and legs. So I'll draw just a circle and then have his little tail. Yeah, his tail actually isn't that long. He's very muscly, though. He does have, like his chest pectorals, I guess? His pectorals are, like, defined. They're, like, very defined. But he does have a little bit of a belly. The other thing is this picture doesn't really give a good view of, like, where the feet and legs connect to, like, the main body. It's kind of covered up by the arms. So we'll do the arms first. Oh, we do also have an ad break. And I do think during that ad break I'm going to be watching some more VTRP. So let's at least, you know what, let me find another picture so I can see, like, the connection with Agumon's legs. And then we'll go to the ad break and then we'll continue drawing Agumon after this. Agumon Shinka! Okay, I got a good reference picture with Agumon. Yeah, I got a good one. Okay, so I'm gonna put you guys over in recess, and I'll see you guys in about 3 minutes, alright? And we'll resume Agumonification. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys a quick word of warning. You might hear a fire alarm every so often. There is nothing to worry about. The fire alarm literally went off like right now, and I was like, oh thank god we're in an ad break. But it's because my brother-in-law is making cookies. He's making cookies, but of course it set off the fire alarm, so also found out that our fire alarm has like, it's not just beeping anymore, it's like a voice that's like saying like fire, 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 carbon monoxide, fire, fire. But yeah, my brother-in-law is literally just making cookies right now, so I'm pretty sure it's fine. I was gonna say, do you need to charge the battery? Nah, it was pretty smoky when I went out into the hallway, but we know why. It's not like it's like, oh, it's such a mystery. Why is there just smoke? It's like, nah, it's cookies. It's cookies. But yeah, no worries. If there's if you hear the fire alarm, do not be alarmed. There is no fire. There is no fire in Bossing Say. There is no fire in Babinka Bear's community college, cub daycare, and all-day parking. We're burning! I don't know what makes you guys say that. Do not be alarmed, okay? If you feel a little bit warm, it's all in your imagination, alright? It's all in your imagination. I don't know what the big deal is. We gotta draw Agumon, you guys. There's no time for the dilly-dallying. We're drawing a dinosaur. And he has no feathers. He's kind of shrink-wrapped. Be not afraid. This is fine. Exactly. Exactly. This is fine. Actually, let me pause for a bit. Okay. Beans just came out of the shower and I was like, oh, sorry about the fire alarm. And he's like, what fire alarm? And I was like, oh, that's concerning that if you're like taking a shower, you can't hear the fire alarm. But anyway, we gotta draw Agumon. We gotta draw him with some leggies. I do have a reference. Because we're just using the Kenji Watanabe like image, but you can't really see like where the legs connect to the main body, or like rather the joints. So I decided to like just let's check out this image right here. Be not afraid. Yeah, be not afraid, Babing Cubs. There is no okay. I guess that image is just not gonna load. But let's use this image. They just look like regular legs, so I'm just gonna draw like the knee here. Now actually that's the tail, so we do want to draw like a little bit of separation with the tail. And then of course like it bends into the leg proper. I'm gonna simplify the leg shape a little bit first, and then maybe I'm making the legs a little too big though, or rather like I'm making him too tall. Oh, I realize you can't see it. Here you go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to fix that. Maybe it comes in a little bit more like that. Alright, let's refer back to the Kenji Watanabe. Actually, yeah, if anything, there shouldn't be so much emphasis on like the connector as much as there is on just the leg. So we'll erase this whole part. I guess another hallmark that I noticed too with like drawing Digimon is like the way that they do like clawed feet and like hands is pretty kind of standardized. Got the body. So we'll just simplify the part that like connects. I give him red gauntlets so that he's from Data Squad. He also like, I think the Data Squad one also has like a smoother face, right? Because like the adventure one has like, you know, the curvature of like the nose and stuff like that. And then the one for Data Squad is just like, you know. He also has very large nostrils for some reason. Ah, okay, so I'm learning a little bit more about drawing Agumon and that like I shouldn't overthink the legs and knees. More so put more emphasis on like, you know, the legs. Or rather the feet. The claws, if you will. Okay, those claws look uneven, so let's fix it. Okay, this should actually be a little bit straighter. The end is nigh. Then Marcos will beat it up. Man, those Marcos decks. I keep getting my teeth kicked in by like the Marcus decks in the TCG. I don't know what it is. I think it's the fact that Marcos himself can act like a Digimon. And I'm like, oh, they just have a tamer out. I'm good. I'm not good. Okay, and then the leg can actually be not as detailed. Gotta love Punchy Marcus for game. Yes. It is one of those things where you like you get your butt beat, but it's like that's actually very interesting. I might want to try that deck out. I keep thinking, is this big enough? He does have big ol' honkin' feet. Big ol' honkers. There you go. Marcus's hands are truly E for everyone. Marcus on his way to kill God with his bare hands. Yeah. I think I told you guys this, but I never actually finished Data Squad. I remember I was like really into it, and this was before even the dub came out. Because I do remember like watching partway through and then hearing that like the dub was gonna come out and being like, oh, and then in that case I should like stop watching here and like wait for the dub to come out and then just like complete my watch through. I think I got up to the point where they meet okay, I know his like English name is Keenan, but what was his Japanese name again? The one who's like raised by Digimon in the story. He's like raised by like a Frigimon. It's like a Tarzan situation, you know? Okay, he also has big ol' honking arms, so... Oh, his hands are pretty interesting because they are very like T-Rexy. Which, you know, makes sense. We'll do this for the hand. And then like the connector. And the connector for the arm is like up here, the shoulder. And the arm itself is like big. It's big. I'm probably not gonna draw as many like veins as Kenji Watanabe does, but do know that it is there. He's got like musculature here. Because never beating the fake fan allegations. Well, at least I know Adventure like the back of my hand. I know Adventure like the back of my hand. If you ask me about literally any other season that's not Adventure, and I'm just like, what happened? Who is that? What the heck is a Takatomon? I'm also almost caught up on Liberator. I was caught up like a couple weeks ago, and they just had to go and release a new chapter, and now I'm not caught up. Soten Vori, good to see you, favorite bear. Good to see you as well. It'll never fail to baffle me that Keenan speaks broken English because he was raised by a Digimon who speaks fluent English. No, yeah. I never put that together because, like I said, I was watching like the Japanese version at first, and that's like as far as I got. But that is funny. It's like, oh, he can't speak English properly. He can't, or like I guess in the Japanese dub, like he can't speak Japanese. He was raised by Digimon. Oh, unfortunate. Then you like see the Digimon, and she's like speaking perfect English / Japanese. Hajimemashite. Yukidarumon desu. Alright, let's see what we can do with these hands. With these Agu hands, you know? He has a claw here. And then a claw here. Kira kira. 2 claws. God, Paida's music is such a vibe. And then a couple more claws here. The Digimon claws are like pretty satisfying to draw once you get the hang of it. Though this arm, I might have to move a little bit closer to Agumon. You know what? I'm just gonna do that right now. Like, we'll move it here. Aru. Actually, that seems a little too big. Let me, No, but his hands are supposed to be kind of like big and honking, right? Big honking claws. We'll do that. You know what? I think I also made his snout a little bit too big. There you go. It's a little bit better. Something adventure fans are the Digimon equivalent of Gen 1ers. Oh gosh. Like, you went right for the jugular, beeplebees. You went right for the jugular. It is true though. It is true. I have been wanting to. I actually have been planning my streams for next year. I do want to do. I want to resume the whole watch along thing. I want to resume the idea of like watching, whether that be Digimon or something else with you guys. Because one idea was also like, what if we watch just old like Don Bluth movies on the Discord? Zako, hello. Digimon is Pokemon for people with a soul. You're friends with Paida? Yo, nice. That's pretty sick. I really dig her music. I only found out about her recently, though. That's pretty cool. There we go. We will eventually correct the eye on Agumon, but I also just like the little, like, you know, little non-distinct eye. For like 4 days, she was a guest at the market. I was the only worker for. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Oh, you know what? The arm should be a little bit more like, I guess, defined, or at least the shape should be. At the same time, I do also want to figure out like, if I want to draw more like dinosaur, like Digimon, I think I should also try to get the hang of just simplifying agumon shape. So like one of the big things is that he does have like defined chest muscles. He does have a bit of a belly. You gotta have the belly. Okay, let's do like this hand, and then we'll see where else we can like refine and stuff. It was a nightmare, but she was fun. Agumon is what I would like to call the ex-bodybuilder fat. I think Kenji Watanabe style with like, you know, building musculature and I don't know, there's just a lot of veins. There's just a lot of veins everywhere. I think that's why I'm also like, I need to figure out how to like simplify this, because like not every Digimon drawing is gonna be as detailed as like Kenji Watanabe's, you know? They're not gonna have the same style with like the harsh, you know, the harsh shadows and shading. It is like a very distinct style that I do dig though. Alright, let's do this part of the hands. Then we'll put a claw here. Another claw here. I do need to like refine the shapes though. There we go. He has boobs, he kinda does. There you go. If you learn how to draw Agumon properly, you can learn how to draw boobs. Oh, is it the same song? Oh, no. Oh, it's just like a... That's just a really good transition, actually. I know, this is... Is it the same song? Wait. A boobmon. I just got a DM on a project thing that I probably should respond to right now, but... Yeah, I'll respond right now. So give me a second. If you guys want something to watch in the meantime, it won't take too long. But I feel like I should respond before I forget. You guys can watch the VTRP with Gavis Metal. Let me just respond to this DM real quick. Okay, that's a lot of typing. Okay, let me see what else they're asking. Okay. Sorry, it's like project stuff, and I want to make sure that I can message them while I have them. But okay, let's get back to Agumon over here. Okay, the arms don't look too bad if we compare it. At least the claw placement. We'll also like keep on we can keep on like sharpening it up, but the next thing I want to work on is like refining the eyes a little bit. We might even leave it as simplified as this, like we won't go like all into the different details. Because this is another thing I like about Digimon's like very distinctive style is the eyes. Oh god, that's freaky. If you just like, that's very like Jurassic Park, right? If I just leave it like this without putting any highlights. Even that is kind of freaky. It's because like everything else is kind of like murky, and this one is like hyper, you know, like refined. So we'll keep it with this brush. Instantly thought of Shin Godzilla. There you go. Maybe we'll just make this brush a little smaller. There we go. That's a teensy bit friendlier looking. And he does also have little teeth. The thing with like drawing teeth in like the Digimon style is that it's almost never like sharp like that. It's almost like it always has like this curve to it. They alternate like this. Oh, I gotta stop doing that like lip tooth thing. There we go. I wanna be a planet killer. Got a little ear. That Agumon has seen some things exactly. Tai, I've seen the truth. If we want to, we really could add some veins here, but I feel like it would just be a little... Why is the chat in the VTRP going crazy? What's happening? There's so much happening. A singular vein. You get a singular vein, and then we'll also add like a little bit more to the foot shadow here. And add some shading. Or we'll do this. We'll use a smaller brush. Just to like lightly indicate where there would be shading. This is just the same song. This is the same song. Let's do Future Town. Okay, so shading. I am pretty excited for when we can like add some feathers to this Agumon. Make it a little bit more paleo accurate, as they say. But I also feel like I should stop at this point with the Agumon so that we can move on to other rookie Digimon. We don't want to spend the whole stream just on Agumon. as much as I would want to. He does have, okay, so one thing about Agumon's design is that he does have like the slightest of waddles, you know? Like this thing, like you know on a turkey they have like a little bit of like extra like skin flap? Agumon kinda has that. Anything else? We pretty much got it covered from here. Alright, we got Agumon. We got Agumon. Tai! What are those magazines in your room? Tai! Okay, let's put Agumon here. Next one up is Caramon. Actually gonna keep the Agumon reference here for posterity, but Caramon looks like this. We did draw Sumemon last time we did like Digimon Doodles, and I really did adore like Sumemon's design. That's the throat sack. He makes his pepper breath, and yeah, he eats all of his like peppers, and then he's like, pepper breath. That's why they actually call it that. Okay. Let's make ourselves a Caramon. Tai! Reading smutty magazines was such a deranged plot point. It really was. That was like, I know what they were going for with that. It was like, oh, to show that like, oh, these kids that you grew up with, like they grew up just like how you grew up, and like, so you know they're capable of like adult thoughts as well. But it's also like, dang. Not the smutty magazines in my Digimon comfort movie. I think about how black pepper is super spicy to give people, and pepper breath gives me a wee giggle. Pepper breath. I know, cause like when people say the word pepper, do you imagine like bell peppers, or like those roasted peppers, or like a jalapeno, or like a habanero pepper, or do you imagine like pepper as in like salt and pepper? Because like when I was a kid watching like Digimon, I think I personally thought of it as like the salt and pepper, but like I think it's more accurate to do, you know, imagine like the chili pepper, because he's breathing fire, right? Usually the salt and pepper, right? That's what I imagine too. Anyway, let's do Caramon. Big ol' orbular head. Big ol' orbular eyes. Big ol' smile. Oh gosh, just that on its own is like kind of creepy. Actually, yeah, let's make sure that this is nice and like kind of not rectangular, but like oval. And then the eyes do kind of have to follow the shape of the oval. Otherwise, you end up with like the lemon demon. There we go. Refine the shape a little bit. Okay, what are we looking at with the eyes? The eyes are a little bit more oval as well, like going this way. And they do kind of follow like this oval shape. Actually, work smarter, not harder. Paste, flip, there you go. Work smarter, not harder. Oh, why isn't it? Oh, because I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. The more spread out those eyes are, the cuter they will be, in my honest opinion. That's how I like the cute, like, you know? Little Caramon, you know? Actually, let's stick with that just for a little bit, just to see what happens when we like actually draw the rest of Caramon. But if you think about it, he's kind of like a little bunny. These little ears like this. Wait, I actually kind of love drawing Caramon. There's something very, like, satisfying about this. He's got little, like, eyebrows. Well, we'll draw the actual mouth later, but bear with me here. Bear with me. And then he has a little collar. And then it's a whole, like, lower body is just, like cords almost. Which makes sense, like, if you want, like, with the movie and stuff. He feels very, like, internet, computer virus. This is, like, when you go on LimeWire and you download Linkin Park, Crawling in My Skin, Narusasu AMV, number 58, he's actually what shows up. This is actually what, like, happens to your computer when you do that. I adore this song, but we've heard it quite a few times, so we can listen to some Filipino music. Uy, Philippines. Bear with you? Yeah, that's just beans. That's a good one. That's a good one. The bear with me. Okay, he has shoulders. We are seeing some shoulders here. Arms go down. Okay, this is gonna be like a bit of a stretch of a joke, but if you'll bear with me. For Filipinos, I don't know if they still do this, but back in, like, you know, when I was growing up, there was this thing that you do with elders where it's called, like, manopo. Like, manopo. And it's like when you greet an elder, you take, like, their hand and you put it to, like, your forehead. Like, apply directly to the forehead. You put their hand on your forehead, and that's just like a sign of respect. That's manopo. All that to say, Caramon has like the manopo like pose. I'll show you what I mean. I might need to make it a little bit smaller. There you go. Even his hands like have so much, like, I don't know, character to them. Like, I feel like if you want to like learn how to practice hands, you if you want to learn how to practice boobs, you draw Agumon. If you want to practice hands, you draw Caramon. Sometimes I have a little bit of a fear that you know how like one of the dead giveaways when it comes to like AI art is like messed up hands? There are times where I just don't draw hands well, and like I always have this fear of like, oh god, people are gonna freaking accuse me of like AI art. But I feel like the way that people mess up with drawing hands isn't quite the same as like the way that AI messes up. Because at the very least with me streaming my art, you could see me actively like drawing these hands and messing up. And there's like a marking here. Why do I imagine Caramon doing the bleh. Doing the autistic T-Rex hands? I was thinking of the Monopo hands, like Caramon really be stand stuff like, oh, show respect, show your respect. Diaboromon is my fave. Yeah, Caramon. The whole line, like learning how to draw Digimon and like drawing like the whole Caramon line has given me like a new respect for that whole line, because there's something just very satisfying about drawing like Sumemon, Caramon. So I might even just make it a thing, like when we get into like drawing the champion Digimon, maybe I'll draw the it's not Infirmon. Is it Infirmon? No, it's not Infirmon. Who am I thinking of? Why am I blanking? Why am I blanking on the levels now? This is bad. Dianork, hello! Hello, hello. We're drawing Digimon. Look at this guy. A whimsical little lad. Okay, now you get to see me mess up this hand in real time. I'm just gonna simplify the shapes. That's gonna be my excuse. Oh, the middle finger is the longest. There we go. You can really flick someone off with a finger like that. Caramon really do have like the Monopo hands. They're like, oh, you bless, you bless. Show respect to your elders. Which level? Who's the champion level of Caramon? Like, why am I blanking on the champion level for? It's Chrysalimon. Yeah, Kurisarimon. Yeah. You're right. And then it's Infirmon, and then it's Diaboromon. I don't know why I like blanked. Asatology, hello. Oh, wait, wrong. No. You're right that like Infirmon is like the ultimate level. It's the champion level that I just straight forgot. By the way, the Christmas tree in the cup corner, year-round fixture. My mind's failing me right now. Yeah, it's not a year-round thing, but I do try to have it. Here, we'll even go to the cup corner. Normally, it's, you know, because I love Christmas, I would like for it to be there year-round, but otherwise it looks like this, and I just put pancakes where the tree would be. So when the tree is there, I just put pancakes to the side. And then there's also like a little poinsettia as well. And when I hide the text, there is also like more Christmas decorations that when you, you know, I can take them away as well. So yeah, if you ever need like references for any of my scenes, you let me know. Sorry, responding to more project stuff. But yeah, okay, Caramon. Let's give Caramon its actual mouth instead of its little like uwu mouth. The thing with Caramon is that they got a big ol' smile. But it's also like kind of derpy. There's like this one artist that I see on Twitter all the time that draws the Caramon line a lot, and I kind of get it now. I like 100% get it. Like I feel like I also want to just draw Caramon all the time. Like look at that. There's something like, I don't know, there's just something very satisfying about like the long hands, the like derpy face, the like antenna. Takomons, thank you for joining the class. Thank you, thank you. I know exactly who you're talking about. What is their handle? Because I know I follow them, but like the weird thing with, you know, with Twitter is that like even if you add someone, if that's not your algorithm, you can never find them again. But yeah, there's like that one artist who like draws the Caramon line a lot. You know what? This can actually be bigger. Let's do that. Make this a little bit bigger as well. Oh, add this too. Maybe, yeah, adjust it like that, like so. I love it. I adore Caramon now. Just the simple act of drawing Caramon makes me just like adore the design. And the cool thing with the body is that you don't gotta be like precious about how it looks. It could just be like a tangle of wires. There we go. Caramon, my love. Okay, we got Agumon. We got Caramon. Next up, who is next? Let's put these away. Gamamon! Okay. Gamamon. The Ghost Game protagonist. The Ceratopsian. Because he resembles a little Triceratops. We got the Kenji Watanabe like image here. The good thing is you can see like all parts of the body here, like you can see like the legs and stuff. He's so cute. I do have another project ping, so let me check this out. Okay, cool. Let me do something real quick. Let's see, how long have we been? Okay, we can keep on drawing. I just gotta check something out real quick. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, cool. Alright, now let's draw Gamamon. Oh man, the dinosaur type Digimon are a little hard because they have just so many like different parts. So let's start with I don't listen to this band a lot, but my little brother knows like more about it. This is actually quite the vibe. It's a little sad boy, but like sad boy vibes, but I dig it. Kind of similar to Agumon, it also seems like Gamamon also has like pretty small body by comparison to the head. I sent you a song like a year or two ago. Yeah, I think you have, because like I think Four of Spades and oh, who's that other one that I like to listen to? Buon? Or like that's not his name, but like he sings the song like Buon. Or Buon, rather. I just saw Fugubi, I just saw your post on the Discord. The one comparing Taiki to Masaru or Marcus. There is a thread on Earth. Taiki uses like I never actually watched whatever he's from, by the way, but I definitely get the joke. It's like Naruto's like talk no jutsu. We listen on stream. I vaguely remember that. I am always just down to listen to more Filipino music. I need to get back to my roots, you guys. I need to get back to my roots. I feel like during college I was like so like, you know, like ask me anything about like Filipino folk dance and I'd be able to answer it. And nowadays I'm just like, what's a lumpia? Like, HTTQW5, hello. Nendoka, hello, hello. I can always vibe with some Regine Velasquez. That sounds familiar. It's funny, I think someone was like asking me and my coworker who's also Filipina, they were asking us like, oh, because I bought leftover bibingka, like the food. Like, for my birthday, I went to like a Filipino restaurant and for dessert we got bibingka, which is not me, but the food, the rice cake. Like, and I had it, I brought it home with me and then the next day I went to work, or not the next day, but like a couple days after I went to work and I bought it so that my coworkers could try it. And they were asking me about the ingredients and I was just like, it's a rice cake. It's like all I know is that it's a rice cake. And my coworker, who's also Filipina, but she also bakes. She actually, oh, you know what I just remembered? I got ube pie in the fridge. She made it. My friend made ube pie. I should get it after the stream. But anyways, like my friend was the one who was answering like, oh yeah, it's made with like this and that, and it's made with like, you know, like rice flour. Cause my coworkers were like, oh, you said it's a rice cake, but I don't taste any like grains of rice. And I was like, oh no, yeah, you don't. It's like I think the way that I described it was like mashed up rice, and then my coworker was like, yeah, rice flour. It's rice flour. Cannibalism, no, no. It's the rice cake. It's you guys. It's you guys. Her voice is lovely. A Filipino singer we listened to here a few weeks ago. Ah, lumpia. You mean my pork blunt is crazy. I accidentally like spat a little. There's a place that me and Beans used to go to. Unfortunately, this place kind of closed down, but they had what was called like Impossible Cigars. It was basically just like lumpia with like impossible meat. It was so good though. I'm sad that it closed down. It has other locations, but like the one closest to us like closed, and it's like, oh, sad. I've been getting a lot into Teto songs since for some reason the fan base like to make her a girl failure, but very nice music. Yeah, I know that Teto, like she started out as a not an official Vocaloid, but like a fan mate, like an Utauloid, right? I didn't listen to a lot of her music when I was like in my 20s, unlike with like the usual Vocaloid songs. But like I remember seeing her design around, right? Sounds good. I had ube for the first time last week from Jollibee. Nice. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my coworker makes this like amazing ube pie. It was so good. Okay, I can't wait to eat that after stream actually. The song was Narito Ako. Okay, let's Regine Velasquez. Oh, she's kind of old school. I think maybe that's why I'm like vaguely familiar with her. This is like the kind of stuff that I feel like it would be playing on the karaoke machine at the Filipino parties, at the family parties, you know. Narito ako. Nandito ako. There we go. You guys, she's eating us. I never said that. I never said I was eating you guys. Also, on the side note, have you guys seen Emolge Rinrin? She made artwork of us, aka you guys and me. Have you guys seen it? It's very cute. Okay, we have the legs. If you guys are on the Discord, she posted it to Creative Cubs. Oh, his little toesies are so cute. He only has 2 toes, okay. Or 2 claws. Oh, that sounds nice. This feels very like my aunt singing this at the family function, you know? Man, why am I the only cousin that sings at the Just start complaining. Actually, it wasn't just me. There's like another cousin that also sings sometimes, but I feel like it's just me that's like super excited for karaoke within me and my siblings and cousins. Everyone's just like, well, the other cousins that I have are all like younger, so I kind of get that, but like, why is it just me that's like hyped for the karaoke to come out at the family shindig? Oh no, actually, keep that like that. Narito ako. Oh yeah, this is the type of song that you like belt it to. It was so adorable. Top 10 drawings made moments before disaster. I love that, like, Rinrin came in here one time and was like, oh, is that why you, what was it? Like, your birthday is in December because, like, bibinka's usually eaten in December? And I'm like, oh no, that's actually just, like, a happy accident. But that's also kind of funny. Oh yeah, this is that belting song. This is like that yearning song. I do have a yearning song that like I used to hear it a lot when I was younger. I do have a yearning song. I could... Beans just left the room, so I could just like belt it right now. Like, I won't, but I will play it. I'll cue it up for you. Sana maulit. Di na sana. I need the lyrics up though, because I'm not fluent, so like, let's put this to Q. Yeah, a whole lot of This one was like the yearning song. Actually, this song, from what my mom told me, it's not really a yearning song. It's like a like how did things get like this song. It's like, man, we kind of messed up kind of song. Okay, let's try to do the arms before we do any more of the face. I think this was in a movie too. Ulit muli. Oh, there's an ad break too coming up. I mean, I did say that one time, like, oh, for ad breaks, maybe I should just like sing. It's one of those like incentives to like subscribe, which you 100% do not have to do, by the way. That is kind of just a joke. Like, you do not have to subscribe to enjoy any part of my streams. Don't worry, the pipes in this school can fix themselves. Kung kaya kong iwanan ka. Actually, yeah, the ad break is gonna start soon, so let's put you guys over in the cup corner. You can still listen to the music though. Di na sana mahigpit pa kung kaya ko sana. Gonna head out, have a good stream. Thank you, Fugubi. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks also for the meme in the Discord. That was funny. But yeah, we're gonna have our ad break soon. Let me draw a little bit while we're in the ad break. I will mute though, because I might just want to get that pie right now. Okay, we're back. No, I agree, Sotenbori, yeah. Was it Gary Valencio? Had some chops. And don't worry, for those that were in the ad break, I was not actually singing. I was grabbing my ube pie, which still tastes really good right now. I was also watching a little bit of the VTRP. Every time I look over, it's just like, what is happening? Like, what is actually happening right now? So yeah, that song that was playing before during the ad break, Sana Maulit Muli. I know I'm not saying it right, but I love it. I love it, and it's funny because it's one of those songs. There's like, every so often I get like songs that I really, really adore and I love singing it, but it's like always a sad like love song. It's always like some kind of yearning. It's always some kind of like, oh, we broke up, but I still think of you type of songs. It's always like those songs, and I don't know, I just find it funny because like that hasn't been my situation for years. I don't foresee it ever being my situation. It's these like, you know, like oh, we messed up, you know, like I'm in a good stable relationship with Beans, yeah, occasionally we have like disagreements, but it's never like the explosive fighting that you see in like these music videos. Like I think of oh my god, what's that one song again? Buon? By Juan Carlos. There we go. Juan Carlos. This song has like, you know, those explosive fights, you know, those like passionate like that's just not like my reality, but those are usually the songs that I'm like, ah, I love this. I want to like belt it, you know. The same with like there's like a Joji song too. Glimpse of Us? The song Glimpse of Us, that's another one that I'm like, oh man, I love this song, but it's like it's another one of those like, oh, like we broke up, I'm with someone else, but I still think of you type of songs. Them yearnings, you know? Okay, let's draw the other arm. And then another thing with Gamamon is that he's got a little bandana. I can't sing that high anymore. Sandila number one. Draw the hands like that. Sandila number one. Oh, his head is a little bit more angled. Oh, oopsie. I didn't realize that you can't see what I'm drawing. Gallahughes, hello, hello, hello. We're drawing some Digimon right now. We're drawing some, right now we're drawing Gamamon, who's like a Ceratopsian type, but we already drew Agumon and Karamon, who I adore. Look at that face. Look at that little face. So now we're drawing a little Ceratopsian that looks like this, Gamamon. While we're listening to the yearning Filipino music. Got the double horns. And then, like I said before, when drawing like claws and teeth in this like distinctive Digimon style, they're never usually like super sharp. At least from what I've seen so far. It's very possible that once we get to like the mega level, that's when you'll see like Digimon with like, you know, all the sharp objects in their hands and whatnot. But in the meantime, we could just soften a lot of these points. This is so comfy. Yeah. Thank you for saying so. He's gonna belt it. He's gonna belt it. Get ready for it. This is the build up. Sa ilalim ng puting ilaw, sa dilaw na buwan. Can't do high anymore. Dilaw na buwan. And then there's like a part in the back that's just like black. This part. Sa ilalim ng puting ilaw. I found out about Gargomon today. I think I'm a fan. I love Gargomon. That's also my partner's favorite. Like, cause it's a bunny. Like, technically it's not, but like it's a bunny, but with a gun and like pants. Come on. In other news, did you hear that Merriam-Webster's word of the year is slop? Yeah, I heard about it because the tweet was something like, "Oh, our totally human editors pick slop as like the word of the year," which like I know that lots of people will be like, "Ah, come on, dude," but I see it though. Like, I see the vision. I see why they went with that. It's one of those like I feel like they're just being honest. I feel like they're just saying, you know. Okay, what else has Juan Carlo? Ooh, came out with a song called Demonio. Gargamonte's nuts. Oh my gosh. But you understand, Mega Bronson? His arms are guns. Maybe we'll draw Gargomon the next time we do a Digimon study. Alam mo ba? I need you to hit him with that. I could, that's the thing. It does feel really apt as a descriptor for this year, right? Like, cause it's one of those things that like at first glance I was like, oh come on, dude. Like, come on, you guys couldn't think of like a better word, but it's like, ah, that kind of is a pretty apt word. Like, it's like one of those like, oh, when you really think about it, they're right. It's like, oh, this isn't gonna make a lot of people happy, and I realize it's me. I'm the person that's not happy. But they're also just stating a fact. Alright, there we go. We have some of Gamamon's hands. I think that was the part that I was actually the most like kind of nervous about, was just like his claws. But I feel like drawing the dinosaur type Digimon is actually really good for just learning like how Kenji Watanabe, or just how like dinosaur Digimon in general like have their claws and stuff. Okie dokie, we have like most of Gamamon drawn out. I think it's just like the Triceratops part of like his design. Like the little like, you know, back horns, if that makes sense. I just went from filthy gamers to move on from calling every game X slop. Like friend slop. Like, also hello Owen. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, when people started calling things like I guess like Peak and like Lethal Company and like Among Us, when they started like calling it like friend slop. I don't agree with calling co-op games friend slop, but I do find myself using it as shorthand for a genre of game nowadays. For me, friend slop is not necessarily like co-op, but it's like it is a very specific type that you would see like, you know, if you have like a new unit of VTubers, that's like their first like co-op game together. Or it's like almost like flavor of the week kind of like co-op games, right? Like I don't know if I would call, like you wouldn't call like Call of Duty friend slop, but you would call like Peak, Lethal Company, Repo, like that kind of stuff, like friend slop. At least in my humble bare opinion, the slop awards. Eating a pear, nice. You enjoy that pear. Slop slop. He's bald, he's torturing people who have hair! It's okay, he won't be bald for long. Let me get those horns out. There we go. Wait, what is playing right now? Oh, I think this is like a Christmas group song. It's like one of those like, we are the world. Okay, let me see some other playlists that have Juan Carlos. OPM favorites. Ang babait ninyo. Okay, let's put OPM favorites on here. Around 4 players, silly, gimmicky, fun games where you have to make money or get to the end. Yeah, I agree. Genshin likes our gotcha slop. Yeah, gotcha slop. Indie simple objectives, the real enemy is our friends. Yeah. It just feels more specific than playing than saying co-op games, which can encompass shooters, MOBAs, other PvP, where friend swap often feature more collab. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean too, is that you wouldn't call like Call of Duty a friend swap game, but you would call like Peak friend swap, right? Are you going to have a watch along for the Rose Bowl parade again this year? I would be down. If people are down, I would be down. It's one of those things that like sometimes I get like too in my head. Because I have been planning my streams for next year, or at the very least January of next year. I started planning my streams, and like I saw that this past year rather, I did do the Rose Parade watch along, and it seemed like folks enjoyed that. But sometimes I do get in my head where I'm like, did people actually enjoy that, or were they humoring me? But if people are down, I do, like, regardless, I am gonna watch the Rose Bowl, or Rose Parade, rather. I don't watch the actual football game, I just watch the parade. But yeah, folks are down. If you guys don't know what the Rose Parade is, here in California, there's this tradition. Every New Year's Day, they have, like, a little, like, parade with floats. And it's usually, like, in preparation for a, like, football game at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, Baradena. I don't actually watch the football game, but I've been watching the Rose Parade every single year since I was like 5. I have not missed a single year. That's like my prime like New Year's tradition. So if you guys want to be a part of that as well, I'll probably be doing a watch along on my Discord. Something feels off with this Gamamon. I feel like he's too small or something. I like annual events. Ooh, nice. As someone who lives in California, I've heard about the Rose Bowl Parade every year, but have never seen it except for maybe that one time. It's in the Bee Movie? I had no idea. Like, me with the Macy's Parade. It's so wholesome. I also love, like, I don't know, just random traditions for random holidays. Because I have a lot of Filipino, like, New Year's traditions, you know? But I was actually surprised with myself yesterday, I had, like, a winter traditions party with my friend group. And, like, the whole shtick was, like, oh, just come over for comfy times. But also, if you have some kind of, like, winter tradition, you know what? I think he's too skinny. I think he needs to be widened. There you go. If you have a winter tradition, like, bring it, you know, like... bring it or tell us and we'll like, you know, we'll do it with you. And I was realizing like I actually don't think I have too many like Christmas traditions other than just like I'm just really into Christmas, you know, like there's not like a specific movie we watch, there's not like a specific thing we do other than like just decorating the Christmas tree. And I was like, oh, I actually don't know if I like have one. Because my mom definitely like had one, and it was like decorating the house with like little plushies and like little like toys and stuff. That was like her tradition with me. But the more I think about it, like my tradition nowadays is to just chill, like, and not work, you know. So a part of me is like, oh man, I feel like I was even talking to Beans about this. Like, oh, I should like we should just make our own like tradition, or we could like lift something from like Filipino or like Uzbek tradition as well. But I don't know, it was like a weird realization because I have a lot of like New Year's traditions. They're all like Filipino in like tradition too, but like I can't really think of like anything I do for Christmas. Especially because, like, I'm not religious, so I don't even do, like, the prayer part of it. I don't even do the whole, like, thanks, Jesus, for being born. Though, as someone who studied the Bible, like, in a secular way, I do think that Jesus is the man, you know? You know, big ups to Big J up up top, you know? But, like, you know, I don't do, like, the, what is it? Novena? Like, the prayers that you do, like, at Christmas. So, I don't know. I've been thinking about it lately. Of, like, oh, we should have, like, a tradition. And, like, one thing that we, like, are kind of playing around with is, like, maybe we'll watch The Simpsons. Because the very first episode... Because I love The Simpsons. But, like, the very first episode of, like, The Simpsons after the Tracy Ullman shorts is, like, the one where they get Santa's Little Helper. Something about getting roses to a parade or something close enough, that's what it is, right? Yeah, exactly. Everyone has to run the parade route to get all these roses and just, like, toss them at the football players. That's what it is. No, it's actually, like, it's just, like, a bunch of floats, and they all have to be made with, like, I think 100%, like, organic material, whether that be roses, whether that be seeds, whether that be, you know, like, grain or something like that. But I just like seeing the floats. I think they're always pretty cool to see. Expanded. Yeah, Friendsgiving traditions, yeah. Christmas Eve, we have a big family gathering at my aunt's and my dad's, previously my grandfather. We read The Night Before Christmas to all the kids. Oh, I love that. When my dad passes, I'll be carrying that on. Oh, my heart, my heart. That's like a really cool one. That's a cool one. It isn't a parade about rising to the occasion. That would be the expectation, right? But nah, it's simply a parade of... Actually, I think the full name is the Tournament of Roses Parade. And, like, I remember, like, even when I was, like, a kid, I like, both liked and cringed at the banter between the two hosts for, like, the Channel 5 KTLA. You know, like, those hosts always just, like... I can never tell if they actually liked each other. Or if this was just, like, you know, business as usual. Like, I'm not gonna talk to you for the rest of the year. This is just a gig. I don't actually like you. Because I feel like with, like, the previous hosts in, like, the 90s, like, I just could never tell if they, like, actually hated each other. But alright, we have Gamamon. Gamamon. He's a cutie patootie. Actually, let's... There we go. Cool, we got Gamamon. Ah! Didn't mean to do that. Let's make him a little smaller. Here's what we got so far. Caramon, Gamamon, Agumon. Next one is... Ooh, this is gonna be a little harder. Gamamon. So there's a tournament? Why don't they televise that? That'd be fun. I feel like I would enjoy it more than, like, you know, nothing against football or, like, American football and people who enjoy American football. It's just not my thing personally. But I do think, like, some kind of tournament, like, some kind of maybe dark tournament would be sick every New Year's, you know? The dark tournament. Okay, we got Gamamon. Next up is Teromon. And let's see, it's currently 2 hours 20 something minutes. We did 3 Digimon, so I feel like maybe this will take like about 30-45 minutes to do. I think we'll be able to do like the 5 that we planned. I just don't know if we'll be able to do Feathered Agumon and Shrink Wrap Teromon as we promised, but maybe that could be its own stream. So let's do Teromon. This is a relatively new Digimon. Not like new, but they are from a webcomic called Digimon Liberator. So let me get the Pikachu for that. And I just brought him up because he's like the closest thing we have to like a feathered dinosaur, you know? Wait, no, I was supposed to... It's not Teromon next, it's Shakomon that's next. Because I wanted to break up all the dinosaur Digimon. Ah! So we're actually gonna do Shakomon first. And then we'll finish off with Teromon. Introducing evil effed up football, dark football. Yeah, that's what I want to see. You know? Like, football is already, like, you know, there's already lots of injuries. It's already dark enough in many ways. But, like, let's get some swords. Let's get some magic in there. Let's get some like, necromancy, you know? Armored Combat League is neat. The American team gets pummeled by the Europeans. Is that an actual thing? Armored Combat League? It sounds mighty dangerous. Might be up my alley. Not to do, but to, like, watch. To, like, spectate. Okay, do you guys want to see Shakomon? I love this design so much. Look at that. It's like a clam or something. Like... But I just love that, like, the design changes depending on whether the mouth is, like, open or closed, right? It's very cute. Yeah, like, on the topic of, what was it? Like, Christmas traditions? Like, I was discussing it with Beans, and it was like, oh, let's do, like... Actually, how do I do the mouth portion of this? Like, Simpsons, because the very first episode starts with, like, you know, a Christmas episode. But another possibility, too, is, well... There was actually one Christmas where me and Beans marathoned every single Star Wars thing we could. This was like a couple of years back. I think it's because like the new trilogy came out around Christmas time. And I remember like we were really into it, but then we just like we're so Star Warsed out by the end of it that we just like we went the complete opposite direction. It was like we were burnt out from Star Wars stuff. But we watched a lot, and like I would still like, regardless of how you feel or if you've never like experienced Star Wars before, one of my favorite pieces of media from the Star Wars universe is Clone Wars. That one is actually like pretty goated. And like if you watch like the original trilogy or even like the prequel trilogy and are like, what the heck happened between like, you know, movies 2 and 3, this like Clone Wars does a pretty good job of like bridging that gap. I think another thing to learn about with like Digimon style is like this style of ears. It's like the Tokomon Koromon ears. We'd love to see a football game and one of the players just breaks out Summon Greater Fiend. CG show or the Genny Tarkovsky 2D animation or both? I actually haven't seen the Tarkovsky one. I was talking about the CG one. Roger, Roger. Like with those robots, you know? I love the Roger, Roger robots. They're so funny. Roger, Roger. There's like one episode where I think they're like falling from something and they're just like, oh my god! And it's like, why are these robots like... like, why are these robots saying, oh my god? Like, I know they're, you know, they're robots, but they're like terrified at the prospect of their own deaths. That's why they're saying, oh my god. Which is just, you know, it just tickles me. Let's do the top half of the show. Who sings this? Is this The Itchy Worms? Wow. What a band name. Okay, the shell's gonna be messing with my like sense of proportions and stuff, but we're, you know, F it. Oh, we're playing Buon again. We're playing my favorite song again. I've played the music video for this song like at least 3 times on this channel. I'm down to make it a 5th, you know? Like it's just such a like interesting music video. It's those like music videos with like, oh, what to twist, but it's like also kind of corny in a way, but I love it. But also, what to twist. Yeah, the show has a lot of character development that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just like that it bridges the gap pretty well between I want to say it's like the prequel trilogy. It bridges the gaps pretty well because like between like movies 2 and 3, it's like what happened, dude? Like what like what actually happened? And Clone Wars is what happened, you know? Puti ilaw sa dilaw na buwan. I have to learn how to sing in like a lower register so I don't like blow out my voice. King sikaw sa dilaw na buwan. Oh, this is gonna be confusing. Like Shakamon, like the way that Shakamon attaches to the shell is like a little intimidating. You know what, let's every time there's like I've been trying this thing where if I'm struggling with a certain thing in a drawing, I move on to a different part of the drawing and hope that like when I come back to it, it's not gonna be as hard and intimidating. Sa ilalim ng puti. That's too high. Sa dilaw na buwan. King sigaw dilaw na buwan. Okay, there's gonna be a part here where I need to draw teeth, and they're at a weird angle, so wish me luck. I think I was also talking earlier about how like I've been thinking of taking like online classes for various topics. And another one that I was thinking of is linguistics. Just because I'm really interested in the topic, but I've never actually taken like a formal class on it. But so far the ones I'm thinking of are early childhood like classes, just to know like what are like the milestones. What are the milestones that like teachers are looking for when it comes to like early childhood? Because I feel like I said, that's gonna contribute to like when if I do videos on like, oh yeah, you should have like, if you're a teacher or you're like a parent or you're like, you know, an aunt or uncle or whatever, you know, have the young ones in your life play humongous entertainment because they help with these skills, with these milestones, you know? I don't think it's like a requirement. I feel like I could also just talk about like, this is just good vibes, you know? Like humongous entertainment games are just good vibes, but I feel like that would also give it some extra like oomph. Some extra like, oh, she sounds like she knows what she's talking about. There we go. We got the ears. And then let's put in some approximations of the eyes. Little nose. And then the little face. You have a craving for seafood, totally unrelated? That's me every day. That's me every day, Sotenbori. I love seafood. Is there anything in particular that you're craving? Like lobster, shrimp, specific kind of fish? like tilapia. I had for my birthday I had bangus, which is like milkfish. Man, like, it's just so good. It was like sizzling. It was like sizzling fish too. You know what? The mouth needs to be a little bit higher. Fish and chips, maybe. Ooh, crab. Ooh, crab cakes. I do love crab cakes. I also like imitation crab. Love when something is sizzling at the table. It makes it so much more appetizing. Yeah, I remember, like, back when Beans and I used to, like, eat meat. One of our date spots was Chili's. Hi, welcome to Chili's. And, like, I remember, like, the, I wasn't really much of a steak person growing up. Like, my dad would make it, but, I don't know if this is just, like, my, like a my family thing, or if it's just, like, a Filipino thing, or what, but, like, I had never had, like, every time I've ever had steak, it was always well done. Always well done. I've never had, like, a rare steak in my life, and I've never had, like, anything less than well done until my, like, adulthood, you know, until I went to, like, Chili's, and I think I tried, like, you know, medium before. I don't think I've ever had rare. I don't know if I would be able to, like, do that. Also because, like, I don't eat meat anymore, so I never will. But but I don't know. I think it's, like, you know, the way that I was raised is that, or the way that my dad made it while I was growing up, is that it's always well done. And I feel like I heard someone say that it's because, like, in, like, certain cultures, it's just, like, it's more normalized for steak to be well done because, like, it, like, prevents, like, the likelihood of, like, getting sick, essentially. Because, yeah, I do remember, like, I never quite understood in cartoons when people would, like, cartoons or sitcoms where they would talk about, like, oh, how would you like your steak? Because I kind of like also, like, just crispy. Like, I also like my steak to just be, like, crispy, you know? I always like a little bit of crisp to anything I eat. Like, even when I make fried eggs, I need it to be, like, kind of crispy. Okay, so Shakomon attaches to its shell, like you could see the skin as it, like, attaches to the shell, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, but at the very least we got the teeth. The teeth! Oh, we need, like, the holes on top, like, the little, like, peeky holes. Yeah, that's exactly it, and now we know the magic of searing! I don't think I've ever had, like, a seared steak either. Well, whatever they have at Chili's, I remember, like, that was the first time I've ever had steak that wasn't made by my dad, and I remember I did like it. But I also remember being like, oh, the steak is, like, really small, but it makes sense because it's just for, like, a single person. I feel like whenever my dad made steak, it was always, like, for the whole family, you know? So it was always, like, a big steak. But also another, like, thing that, once again, I don't know if this is just, like, a Filipino thing or, like, my family thing, but steak and rice, you know? It, to me, it's weird to eat steak without rice, like, to just eat it by itself, you know? Because, you know, a lot of Filipino food is, like, you eat, like, your protein with the rice. Wait, what did I do? Like, you always eat a protein with your rice. I think the, like, French word or, like, the fancy English word is viand, you know? But in Tagalog it's called your ulam. And I always like the steak with the rice. I would put like, I put, like, chili oil on it. That used to be, like, the schmoove, you know? Oh, the little teeth also kind of resemble, like, the way that Kenji Watanabe draws, like, fangs and claws. Okay, this is the thing that's like frontal. I personally don't order steaks out at restaurants anymore unless they're more high class. One dry steak at Outback was all it took. Oh, have I ever been to Outback Steakhouse? It was that bad, huh? I have been to like buffets before that were like, I feel like with a lot of things, you know, I've made this complaint before, but just like a lot of restaurants nowadays, like don't have, like especially in Bear America, don't have like the best quality food anymore. Because I remember going to a buffet used to be like a treat, you know? Now it's just like a cheap alternative if you have like a family shindig, you know? It's like, oh, someone from the family just graduated. Where do we want to go? Without spending too much money. And it's like, oh, let's go to Hometown Buffet, you know? But like back then, I feel like it was a treat. It was like, oh my gosh, we're going to a buffet. Okay, I think we're almost done with Shakomon here. I kind of like that Shakomon has no light in its eyes. It's just staring off into space. Maybe the nose should be a little bit smaller. You love Hometown Buffet? The sushi was okay, but unlimited. I just feel like when I was a kid, like it was like buffets were so like, I don't know, like you look forward to it. The food was all good, you know. My family avoided buffets mostly because of the potential for germs, kids sticking their nasty fingers in food, and people coughing and sneezing into the dishes. Yeah, like the sneeze guard doesn't do anything, right? The sneeze guard, it does nothing. But I will say that there are like a lot of buffets that I still kind of like look fondly on. Like if any of y'all have ever been to Vegas and have ever been to Bacchanal at Caesar's Palace, oh my god, dude. Like that was so good. The only thing was the price. I remember back in like the 2010s, I remember it being like $120 per person. I'm sure it's more now. But I just remember it being like expensive. Oh, is this Benny? It is Benny. Yeah, apologies, Matthew, for trashing on the Hometown Buffet, but it just doesn't hit the same way as I remember it back in my youth. Was it time limited? If it's not time limited, it could be worth. It wasn't. It wasn't. Like, at least I don't remember it being time limited, but I don't. To my knowledge, it was not time limited. It was $120 per person. You get in, you eat it for as long as you want, and you had like a cosmopolitan international buffet at your fingertips. Like they had every kind of food under the sun. And I remember like because of that, I would like overfill my plate and not be able to finish it. And I don't remember if you're able to like, I'm pretty sure you were able to take it home if you had like leftovers, but I don't know. I'm kind of blanking. Yeah, pretty much every BBQ or yakiniku place that goes, oh, 2-hour limited, usually around 55-65 per person. I do miss K-barbs, but I don't remember that being time limited either because like I remember back with my like Filipino like college buddies, we would go to different like Filipino folk dance performances. Like around springtime, we would go to like other schools. We would go to like CSU Channel Islands, we go to like UC Irvine, and then we would eat in the area, and like usually the shows ended like pretty late. Not pretty late, but like it would end like 9-10 p.m. Usually 10 p.m., sometimes 11 p.m. And we would get K barbecue after. So like not only were these places open like pretty late, I don't remember them ever kicking us out after a while, but it could also just be a case of like we finished within the time limit. But also like another thing I remember, not with like the Filipino group, but with like my like old friend group. I remember it always took us forever to like figure out the check situation. It was always like an extra hour to just figure out like, oh, you know, who's paying, who's splitting the bill, because like no one like at that point yet was like had enough money to cover the whole bill, so of course we had to split it, but then we had to figure out like, you know, like how do we do tip and stuff, and I don't know why it always took forever. Like nowadays I think there's like a bunch of apps that help with that kind of thing, but back then we did not have that, so it was like, you know, whoever was like the best at math would try to figure it out. Isn't it great being an adult and one person can just put it on their card and then take care of it later? Exactly, exactly. That's what's so different nowadays, is that like you could just do that. Like someone could like handle it with their credit card and then you would just Zelle or like Venmo them, right? But back then, it's like, oh, do you have cash to pay me back? No, like it's like, oh, I can't pay all this on my own, you know? So I do remember those days. I remember it would take upwards to like, oh, that's not what I wanted to name it. It would take upwards to like an extra 45 to 60 minutes to, like after everyone had like finished eating. But all right, we have one more Digimon to draw, and it's Teromon. So I don't think we're gonna have time to make feathered Agumon and shrink wrap Teromon, but we can probably do that maybe sometime in the new year. Because I am still on my dinosaur kick. I do want to play some more dinosaur games. But also when I look up dinosaur games, I only find like the scary kind, you know? There's some cute ones, and I remember like one of the first games I played on stream was one called Paleo Pines. But that one I feel like, I don't know if that's like a stream friendly game. Like I remember doing it like way back, like because I remember like a bunch of Randonites like showed up to that first Paleo Pine stream. But I don't know if I want to play it again, but it is a cute like dinosaur like cozy farm sim basically. I didn't have adult friends until after Venmo was already a thing, so thankfully I never experienced that. I'm so happy, Gally Hughes, that you never had to experience it, because that like was like so annoying. It's like, dude, why are we still here? Just to suffer? Like, why are we still here at this restaurant? Okay, here is our last Digimon that we're going to be drawing for today. This is Teromon. He's the closest that I feel we have to like a feathered dinosaur in Digimon. There was a Microsoft home game I remember called Microsoft Dinosaur. Wait, let me look that up. Microsoft Dinosaur. Wait, this is sick. This is pretty cool. I also played a couple of other dinosaur games on stream. From what I can remember, like How to Be a Dino Finder, and a part of me is like, oh, I should play that again, but it's like, I don't know how like boring that would be. Oh, Dorling Kindersley. Okay, okay. There was also Dino Park Tycoon. Disco. Oh, hey, Schnackery. Schnackery has joined the room. Hello, the real Kayla Gala. Hello, hello. We're talking about dinosaur games, and I'm drawing. I'm gonna be drawing the only representation of feathered dinosaurs we have so far in Digimon. Just finished my bike ride. Gonna go get clean. Nice. Meow mentioned. Hiya, Schnackery. Oh wait, let me look at the two games that Owen was talking about: Dino Park Tycoon and Disco Raptor, and then we'll get into drawing our last guy. Dino Park Tycoon. I feel like I saw like the box art for that as a kid. And then the other one is Disco Raptor. Raptor. I have no idea what this is. Disco Raptor? Oh, you remember a Disco Raptor? Okay, okay, I see. There was a cool Jurassic Park RTS which was voiced by Jeff Goldblum. Just vaguely remembering all my dino games of my childhood. Oh, was in Dino Park Tycoon. I see, I see. The one that I played as a kid is I Can Be a Dino Finder. I think this one I played on stream. But this one has like the most fond memories. Like, it had like these little mini games, right? Where it's like, oh, you got like a plate of veggies. Do you give it to the Pachycephalosaurus or the Tyrannosaurus, you know? The Compsognathus. Oh, hey, Schnackery, what are you doing? No, that's mine. No, 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 no. Oh my god, he's looking at my ube pie. No, 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 stop, 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 stop. Schnackery, no. You can't get the ube pie. And then another one is, was it just called 3D Dinosaur? 3D Dinosaur Adventure? This one, I'm sure I've shown it to you guys, but I don't think I ever, like, finished a playthrough. Or played more than, like, a couple minutes of it. This one, like, I for sure, like, shown you guys. I feel like it was, like, during, like, a New Year's Eve stream or something like that. Schnackery, he's, like, staring at my ube pie. Stop it. Cat love ube. Ube bay. Okie dokie. Let us draw this Pteromon. Start off always with the head. And then, oh, his body's actually like pretty straightforward. I'm noticing too with a lot of these rookies is that their proportions are usually like smaller body but like longer arms. And like kind of medium-sized footsies. Those emotes, Matthew. There's also that art game that was pretty popular, but it was kind of scuffed. I saw that too, but that one falls more into that, or from what I've seen, I know if anyone's actually like played it, you can let me know, but it seems like it falls into that category of like the dinos are like the horrifying enemies that you must run away from or kill. I want to try to avoid them when possible. I want more, I know this is going to sound so corny, but I want more like dinos are your friends, or like, you know, raise a dinosaur. Because I think there's like a Jurassic Park game, right? Where like you can make like a little dino park. Is this 4 of spades? Yeah, it is. Orange cats are peaksily little guys. Yeah, 100%. I feel like, have I drawn Pteromon before? I actually have drawn Gamamon before, but because that was actually like another one of my like very first streams. But I don't know why, like, it feels familiar drawing Pteromon's design. It's a very interesting like mask shape, or whatever you would like refer to this. For a lot of like artists, not even beginner artists, but just like artists in general, there's always that meme of like, oh, how come when I do my sketch it looks good, and then the moment I like put line art on it, it looks terrible. And a lot of people say that it's because like when it's like really sketchy like this, your eyes kind of like fill in the difference. So like our eyes are just really good at kind of just like filling in the blanks, especially like if you've ever done that test on like how to find your blind spot. Our minds and eyes are pretty good at that. But one way to avoid that, at least in my experience, is like you do the sketchy, you know, style, but you like erase when you can to make that like more refined line. Let me see what it's saying. Dinosaurs had their moment in the sun mid-2000s as the go-to toys for boys model, and they had a second extinction. I dare say that it was even sooner than that, because I remember even like in the 90s there was a lot of like, maybe even 80s. But I know that growing up in the 90s there was definitely like a lot of like dinosaur stuff. But I do feel like it has petered out since then. And it's funny because I'm reading Jurassic Park right now, the novel, and like it seems like first of all, Jurassic Park is interesting as like a time capsule of like, because I think when was it written? Like I literally have the book in front of me. When was this written? It's written in 1990, the year that I was born. So it's such an interesting time capsule of the 90s because it talks about like the technology that they had back then, and there's like a pivotal like moment in the very beginning where they're looking at like essentially x-rays of dinosaurs, and like the person studying the dinosaurs is like, there's no way that this is like an x-ray of like a dinosaur part, like they're extinct, you know, blah blah blah. And there's a part where it says like, oh, like it could be faked, but it's actually really hard and not worth the time to fake x-rays. Like you can't fake x-rays. And it's like kind of like shown as like an impossibility at this point. And it's like, oh yeah, it probably would have been really hard to fake x-rays back then in like the 90s. But like onset of, first of all, Photoshop. Like you could probably like fake it with Photoshop nowadays, but also AI is like the big thing nowadays. But I don't know, just reading that passage was like, oh, interesting. Like, so it was an impossibility back then. I only realized a few years ago that all the educational stuff that popped up around my childhood literally came about because of Hollywood. So much dinosaur media because of Jurassic Park, so much Titanic and undersea exploration because of the Titanic film. Really bizarre how much influence movies had on other media and education. Oh yeah, 100%. Like I keep thinking of like the tie-in video games for a lot of movies that had no business having like a tie-in video game, you know? Like, I can't think of, like, an example off the top of my head, but there was just so many. Like, what do you mean Shaolin Showdown as a tie-in video game? Our brains are so good at gaslighting us. Remember that the thing that you see in your blind spots are just fabrications your brain generated? Yeah! I forget the test on how to find your blind spot, but it's like, if you put, like, 2 dots or something, and then you move you have to, like, move your head until, like, you know, the dot, like move your head to like the left side, and like I think this dot will like eventually disappear, and that's like your blind spot essentially. Also, we have an ad break coming up. I'm gonna try and finish my ube pie during the ad break so that Schnecker doesn't keep on trying to get it. And then I do think I should probably speed through finishing Terramon, because I do gotta go to the office tomorrow, and probably should get to bed a little early. But yeah, we're gonna finish up this Terramon art, and we'll have a gay old time. Jurassic Park and Aladdin have different tie-ins on... Yes, NES and Genesis, yeah. Sega does what Nintendo don't. Here we go. So you guys can also still listen to the chill Filipino vibes. I'll put you guys in the cub corner, but I'll see you guys in a couple minutes after the ad break. Oh my gosh, what is happening in VTRP? I literally just clicked on and I just see the chat going absolute cinema. I have to watch that VOD after this. I have to watch that VOD. Man. Alright, let's get back to class, shall we? Let's get back to class. Let's finish up this Taromon. This MF clean? Me, that's me. Oh, Orlando, hello. You got your sticker. We are on the tail end of drawing Digimon. Our rookies for today. We're finishing up with Taromon. Our little feather dino. How you doing? Cinema. Absolute sklinema. Okay, let's see, we got the eye. Ooh, the triangular eye. I love the bear run emote, it's cute. Yeah. Are we listening to Uhao? Yeah, we are. We're listening to like an OPM like playlist. I'm so happy I bought so many things from Babinka Bear advertisement corner, huh? I sure hope it doesn't negatively affect my bank account. Oh no, what did you end up getting? What did they advertise to you? Please tell me it was like the Reese's Puff cereal. Like at least. Reese's Puffs. Peanut butter chocolate flavor. By Talos, this can't be happening. Oh my god, I love how fluffy Taromon is. By Talos, this can't be happening. He's so fluffy. Ooh, this song's a vibe. Make this smaller. Wow. I think I saw like 2 insurance ads. I'm gonna be real, I just put on Hot to Go and Zone Out. Let's go. HOTTOGO. It has been a minute since I've listened to some good old Chapel Rowan. But also this breakdown though, in this song, pretty good. Oh, this Teramon's fingers are doing an interesting thing. It's like a but he's also doing like little whirlwind. So that's one finger, second finger. I mentioned that like at the party that I went to yesterday, I watched the Muppets Christmas Carol for the first time. It's pretty banger. I liked it. What I liked the most though out of that movie is Michael Caine just playing like like Michael Caine just like putting his whole like, you know, Kenosi into it, you know? Like he did that movie like completely serious. It didn't matter that all his co-stars were like Muppets. Like he put his like everything into that. That's like admirable. That's like a certain skill that like only real actors can do. I remember Porcelain Maid used to have the Reese's Puffs rap as part of his intro. I love the Reese's Puffs rap. Reese's Puffs. Peanut butter chocolate flavor. In an effort to keep up with the hip and cool kids, I have been listening to Chapel, Sabrina, Charlie, Billy, BB Nose, Baby No Money, and others. I like BB. I keep wanting to call him BB Nose. I like Baby No Money's like whole vibe. I like that he supports trans people and artists, real artists, not AI, quote unquote artists. But also like I think his music's just not for me. Like, I don't think it's not even like bad. I think it's just not for me personally. I do. He did Edamame, right? Wait, did he do Edamame? I do like some of his songs, but I remember listening to his album and like to me personally it felt kind of samey, a lot of his songs. But like I like him as a person, that's the thing. I'm warding off my early onset old man yells at cloud syndrome. Yeah, me too. I do like the music of Chapel. I haven't listened to Sabrina though. And I feel like I listened to Charlie like a long time ago and was kind of whatever. Billy though, Billie Eyelash. I remember when she was first like popping off. I did listen to her music way back when, and I did like it. But Chapel, I love. I also like, kind of same as you, I also wanted to kind of like, you know, be with it with the kids, you know? Be like, yeah, I listen to the kind of music that you guys listen to. I listened to Doichi, and I did like some of her songs like Anxiety. I know lots of people didn't like that she sampled what is it, Somebody That I Used to Know, but I didn't find too much of an issue with that. I liked Anxiety and I liked oh, what's that other one? What's like her like really popular one? The one like oopsie made a oopsie. Denial is a river. Is it Denial is a River? I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. I like the music video for this too. Oopsie, made a oopsie. Yeah. Not worried. I just love, I don't know. There's so many like quotable moments here. His wifey. I just like her. Not worried. Normie slop, yeah. For Baby No Money, right? I like it. That's the thing. I like him as a person, though. I don't like that he's getting hate. Like, you can definitely critique, you know, his music if you're not into it and stuff, but why you gotta be attacking him as a person? Drugs? I mean, she's just being real, though. Oopsie, made a oopsie. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I just love the banter in this one. Just like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. That is Teromon. Actually, since we were talking Chapel Rowan, let's play Hot to Go. Hottogo. Or Pink Pony Club, that's like a classic, you know? Okay, let me read what you guys have to say, and then I think we're gonna probably call it soon. I listened to a couple of Billie songs back in my day and I wrote it off as not my thing, but then I heard her in the Barbie movie and I had a transcendent out-of-body experience. The Barbie movie is also just really good. It's also just like a really good movie. So I totally get that. Bear Slop! No, not Bear Slop. Also, I realized like in recent years I have been using the whole like not blank. Like not, I feel like it might be from Doichi, but I also just have like coworkers that also say that all the time. Like, oh no, not this. Not Bear Slop. My only weakness with Baby No Money is what I heard from the Peak concert, and those specific songs are pretty catchy. Everything else does tend to meld and mix together in my brain. I think that's the thing with me and his music, because I listened to one of his albums and I was like, this is all kind of like sounding kind of samey for me personally. But like, I wouldn't say it's bad, you know? Pink Pony Club, I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. All I know about Baby No Money is where someone took a selfie of him and captioned it, I'm no boobologist, but I'll take a look. Also, he was wearing a cap that said Freaky and Papyrus. I gotta love the Papyrus font. Can you believe that the Avatar movie, not Last Airbender, but like the Blue People Avatar, can you believe they used freaking Papyrus font? Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, isn't that kind of wild? Isn't that kind of sick nasty? Alright, let's see what we have from today's drawing sesh. Out here in Tennessee. Let's see. How do we fit all of these little guys in here? Oh, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl. And you dance at the club. I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. Okay, okay. Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the... Let's distort this a little. I think I keep making them a little too narrow. West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. Okay, okay. Can we fit Shakomon and Karamon in here somehow? If we like make them small, we kind of can. You're always on my mind. I'm not a rapper or lyricist, but I don't understand how people choose their lyrics. Like, it's catchy, but the words are nonsense. There's some that like... I think when it comes to musicals, I feel like I've been completely spoiled by Hamilton. Like, his lyricism is just like unbelievably good. I'm just like, dang, how are you figuring out like how these words flow together? That's kind of crazy. Pink Pony Club, I'm gonna keep on dancing at the pink. So yeah, like because of that, I feel like whenever I see like another musical, I'm like, it's good, but it's not Lin-Manuel Miranda. With his weird ass with his weird little like his little like hands in pockets pose. And put Shakomon here. And then Karamon. Put it right here in the middle. There we go. We fit all of our rookies for today. They all look pretty good. I do feel like, you know what? Let me just make one quick fix with Agumon. It looks like his other leg is just straight up missing. So I'm just gonna move it over a little bit. There you go. Doesn't look too bad. And all these were pretty fun to draw too. So all of these are the rookies. Let me erase this. We're gonna combine all these together, erase the Babinka unfortunately, and then name this Rookie. And we are done for the day. When Nicki Minaj said jump in my hoopity hoopity poop, I felt that. The main music I listen to is a mix of various rappers and hip-hop artists. I love Kendrick. Oh my god, I love Kendrick so much. MF Doom, Childish Gambino, also Childish Gambino. Not like, you know, not like Snooper. I thought Snooper NWA is pretty good. Like, or rather, like, cause I'm a bit of a fake fan when it comes to like, you know, 90s rap, but like everything cause also like my mom used to listen to Snoop Dogg and like, NWA not as much, but like my partner Beans also listens to like that style of rap as well, like Biggie, Tupac. One of my favorite like 90s rap songs would have to be Gangsta's Paradise. You know what? Let's listen to Gangsta's Paradise, and I think we should probably call it soon so that I can get some shut-eye. Actually, we could mosh to Gangsta's Paradise. Let's do it. Let's do our so our end of stream tradition. Gangsta's Paradise. Is our mosh pit. If you've never moshed with us before, I'm gonna put on some music. When you hear it, go ahead and spam your favorite emotes, and I'm gonna make your little avatars fight each other. There's no correlation between who spams the most emotes and who wins the mosh pit. It's RNG, and it's not rigged. Don't believe the lies. Let's see. Wait, let me finish catching up on chat, and then we'll get started. I just don't like their lyrical content, but a similar era I like. Yeah, Biggie, Wu-Tang. I entered musical consciousness with 1,000 miles, and I want it that way, so really I was doomed from the start. Haven't really... Excuse me. Haven't listened to much Tupac, but I know that he made... Yeah, he made really good stuff. That's a parody of Amish Paradise. Correct, George. Correct. Gangsta's Pair of Dice is a classic. I'm watching to Gangsta's Paradise. This is truly the 80s. Rigged? It's not! Why would both of you say rigged? Alright, let's wash. Ooh, that's loud. That's very loud. How do I get through to these kids? I love Snow Halation, but it's shoddy's like a melody in your head is on the side. Let's go. Bow, 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 bow. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Blasting and laughing so long that even my mama think that my mind is gone. That didn't deserve it. I need to look for a raid target. I need to not sing. I need to look for someone to raid into. Ooh, we could raid into someone who's doing VTRP. Been spending most my life living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most my life living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most my life living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most my life. Ah, he ended. I was gonna raid into Apollo, but he just ended. It's Galahughes versus George. Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? It's Galahughes. Let's go. Let's go. You did it. God, this music video is so dramatic. I thought I paid you off. It's not rigged. I don't understand. The ones we heard are you and me. 2-time survivor in the hole. Living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most my life living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most of my life living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most of life living in a gangster's paradise. Ah! Open up the pit. I'm late for the mosh. Spending most of our life living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most of our life living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most of our life living in a gangster's paradise. Been spending most of our life living in a gangster's paradise. Yeah, we so blind to see. Yo, George survived the mosh pit. Let's go. I'm gonna die. Oh no. You got in time for the rigging? No, I've deposited your half of the price when you get to PayPal. It's not rigged. It's not. I'm telling you. Why can't we? Wait, no. Why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? You understand, class? You understand? I don't know if you guys understand. I haven't even picked someone to raid into. Shoot, we could do A-Ross. We could do A-Ross. Let's do A-Ross. Okay, we're gonna raid into A-Ross. Let's do it. I don't know why whenever I listen to the song I think of the protagonist of True Crime NYC staring and nodding at a pair of dice on a string. I think of JoJo Part 5. That's what I think of. That's what I think of. Anyway, let's go ahead and raid into A-Ross. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna see you guys on Thursday with, I believe, either Art Appreciation. Oh no, Case of the Golden Idol. We're gonna be playing Case of the Golden Idol. So I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys are gonna be good. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. And as always, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye-bye. Thanks. Peace and love. Otsubinka.